Hi friends and welcome to my channel. In this video I am going to explain Sampangi movie story in English. It is Telugu movie released in 2000. It is a love, romantic drama film. Hero Aryan Baba had played as protagonist in this movie. Personally, I love this movie very much. Hope you also like this movie. If you like this movie, please do subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon. Abhishek is a smart and handsome guy. He is in his early 20s. He lives in Visakhapatnam. He is a funny and jobless person even though he finishes his graduation. He is a flippant and simply says happily life-enjoying person. He has father, mother, 2 elder brothers with their wives and kids and uncle. He is Abhishek's father's younger brother. He is an unmarried person. He loves Abhishek very much. In the same way everyone in family loves him too. It is a well-settled middle-class family. Abhishek's father Shankar Narayan has a childhood close friend called Osman. He lives in Hyderabad with his family. He has a wife and 2 daughters. He is also well settled above middle-class Muslim family. Due to his elder daughter's marriage, Osman calls his close childhood friend Shankar Narayan and invites to his elder daughter's marriage along with the family. Everyone in the family decides to attend the marriage before 10 days. But Abhishek refuses to go along with them, because he makes plans to enjoy happily alone in the home after his family goes to the marriage. However, total family reaches the railway station and waits for the train. Finally, the train comes to the station and they get into it. But, when the train is going to leave the station, Abhishek appears suddenly and gets into the train in the last minute. He joins with his family and sits with them. His family members asks him why he came suddenly in the last minute when he said he was not coming with them. Then Abhishek says his friends are not in the city. That is why he felt bored and decided to come with them at last. Everyone of the family reaches Osman's home except Abhishek, because he already goes to meet his friends directly after they arrive Hyderabad railway station who are living in Hyderabad. Osman grandly and happily welcomes his friend Shankar Narayan and his family. Then he shows them the rooms to stay. At that time, Osman's younger daughter is not in the home. So, Shankar Narayan and his family asks about her. Then Osman says she went to distribute the wedding cards to all the relatives and friends. In the meantime, Abhishek has been drinking beer and enjoying with his 3 friends in their bachelor room. They are discussing about something funny. When Abhishek is going to open the beer bottle with an opener by laughing, suddenly, the opener slips from his hand and falls down out of the room through the window. Immediately, he reaches the window and looks for the opener through the window with alertness. Then only, he sees a beautiful girl unexpectedly and feels love at first sight. He tells about the girl to his friends and goes out of the room at once to meet the girl. The room is on the upstairs, so, when he is getting down the steps, the girl begins to leave that place on her scooty. Then Abhishek gets worried and asks his friend to start the bike immediately in order to follow her. They follows her on the bike with excitement. While they are in traveling, Abhishek screams at the beautiful girl to stop. But, she just laughs at him crazily and goes without stop her scooty. On their way, there is a railway gate. The girl crosses that gate. But, when Abhishek and his friend are going to cross the gate man gets down the gate. Because, there is a train going to come within few minutes. Abhishek requests the gate man a lot to lift the gate. But, he refuses seriously. In the meantime, the girl is going away from them. Then Abhishek asks her name loudly. She says her name is Rizwana by laughing at him funnily. By listening her name, he feels amazing. But, he gets worried because of her missing. Rizwana arrives her home. She is none other than Osman's younger daughter. She is so beautiful girl and witty girl. She is a good girl. She meets Shankar Narayan and his family. They all likes her very much and she likes them too. They all are like one family. She enjoys with them. On the other side, Abhishek has been thinking about Rizwana deeply and madly. He cannot forget her in dreams also. He fully obsessed with her. In fact, Abhishek saw Osman and his family in his childhood itself. That's why he cannot recognize as Rizwana. He searches for her in most of the places of Hyderabad, but he cannot find her anywhere. Like that, almost 1 week passes away. Finally, he decides to go to Osman's home. As he decided, he arrives at the home and meets his family. Then only, he sees Rizwana unexpectedly. He feels very happy and dances in front of her. She feels awkward and bad about Abhishek. She scolds him with irritation. Finally, he stops dancing and asks her why she is in that home. Then, she gets amazed and says she is a daughter of Osman. By listening that, he scolds himself to coming late to that home. He feels he wasted 1 week uselessly by searching in wrong places about her. Then only, Abhishek's brother's wife comes there and says he is her husband's younger brother Abhishek to Rizwana. Then Rizwana keeps quiet by listening that. At that moment only, she understands Abhishek is in love with her. She also falls in love with him immediately. Then onwards, they both enjoy marriage celebrations funnily and happily. They go to shopping, ice cream parlor so on. Both are in love deeply with each other. But they do not express out themselves with each other. Abhishek tries to express his love to Rizwana many times. But he cannot dare to tell her. Rizwana also waits eagerly to hear Abhishek's proposal in his words. However, her elder sister gets married at last. After the wedding, Osman arranges Sangeet ceremony in the home. Everyone in the home enjoys the ceremony happily. Suddenly, Abhishek's father Shankar Narayan collapsed in the middle of the ceremony with a health issue. Everyone gets afraid and takes him to the hospital immediately. Doctor says he has a kidney failure and it has to be transplanted at once. Otherwise, it leads to his death. Everyone gets worried a lot. Hospital staff begins to search for a kidney donor. Then only, Osman decides to donate his kidney to his friend and save him alive. As he thought, the kidney transplantation is held successfully. Shankar Narayan feels very proud and great about his friend's sacrifice for their friendship. He admires Osman. He thinks what can he do to his friend Osman in return for his unconditional sacrifice. He says to Osman that their friendship must not break for any reason or from anyone. They both of them promise to themselves their friendship must be like this forever until their last breath with tears of joy. By listening those words, Abhishek feels he is doing wrong. He assumes maybe his love with Rizwana leads to differences between their both families. Because Abhishek's family belongs to Hindu religion and Rizwana's family belongs to Muslim religion. He thinks he must not be reason for the division of the great and long friendship of his father and Osman. Then, he decides to give up his love even though it hurts him a lot as he decided. He also begins to pretend as he is not in love with Rizwana and avoids her hardly with heavy heart. With that unexpected behavior of Abhishek, Rizwana cannot understand anything. She gets confused and very sad. After a few days, Abhishek and his family come back to Visakhapatnam. Since Abhishek's return to his home, he changes completely. He begins to sit alone sadly without going out with his friends like before. He don't even eat correctly. Everyone gets surprises with his strange behavior. Finally, his uncle finds that he is in love with Rizwana and that's why he is in that condition. He assures Abhishek and promises that he would go to Osman's home and talks about his love matter. With those words, Abhishek feels very happy. As they thought, Abhishek drops his uncle in the bus station and gets back to his home excitingly dreaming about Rizwana. But suddenly, he gets remember that his uncle forgot to take his medical tablets with him. When Abhishek went back immediately and anxiously to give those tablets to his uncle, he already dies with heart attack in the bus. Abhishek feels so sad and regret about his uncle. He cries a lot for his uncle. Remaining family members cannot understand why Abhishek's uncle wanted to go to Hyderabad without informing them. Osman also comes to show his condolence to his friend Shankar Narayan. With that incident, Abhishek strongly decides to give up his love and forget Rizwana. But, inside his heart, he is being killed. Few days later, Rizwana comes to Visakhapatnam for an exam and stays in Abhishek's home for 2-3 days. At that time, no one is not in the home except Abhishek. They might have gone to some other place for some reason. Rizwana tries a lot to get closer with love. But Abhishek does not behave well in front of her. He completely avoids her. He does not even speak with her properly. With his behavior, Rizwana gets very upset and sad. She realizes that he is not loving her at all. She gets hurted a lot and leaves Hyderabad immediately after she attended her exam by thanking Abhishek's unusual behavior. After she went, he feels very unhappy. But he feels he is helpless. On the other hand, Rizwana's father Usman gets a marriage proposal in front of her. Because of she felt that Abhishek is not in love with her, she accepts that marriage proposal even though it hurts her a lot then. Osman immediately arranges for the wedding. Because the groom is working in UAE as a chemical engineer. That's why he wants to get married soon and goes back to his job. By this news, Shankar Narayan and his family feel very happy apart from Abhishek. He gets upset badly and his heart breaks with pain with that news. Shankar Narayan wants to send his daughter-in-laws and Abhishek first to Osman's home for the wedding. But Abhishek refuses to go first. Later he agrees to go with his father's request. Abhishek and his brother's wives arrive Osman's home. Home seems to be fully busy with wedding atmosphere. Their Abhishek's sister-in-laws come to know that he is in deeply love with Rizwana. But they cannot help him except soothe him. Then the two women speak to Rizwana in the dressing room and soothe her also. They also say that Abhishek also is in love with her completely. She cries a lot by listening those words. But the two women say her they are helpless. They say her to stop crying and get ready for the marriage. Unexpectedly, Osman hears everything that the three of them has spoken. Rizwana and Abhishek's sister-in-laws get worried and afraid. Then Osman orders his daughter to get ready for the marriage seriously. As her father said, she gets ready to the marriage. At last, everything is ready to the wedding in the wedding hall. When the wedding is going to complete, suddenly, Osman collapsed onto the ground putting his palm on his chest by screaming as if he is getting heart attack. Everyone gets worried and take him to the hospital immediately. By this news, Shankar Narayan, his wife and two elder sons also reaches the hospital anxiously. On the other side, Abhishek wishes God hardly to save Osman alive. He thinks everything happens only because of him. He feels very regret. Abhishek's brothers order him to ask sorry for everything. Then only. Osman says that he played a game to stop the marriage without any other way at that time. He also says he does not have any objection for Abhishek and Rizwana love happily. Then Abhishek and Rizwana feel so happy and become one by expressing their love to each other. And both families also feel happy because their friendship is going to turn into complete family with their children.